Who do you spend most time with? Who do you spend most of your time with? Who are those people? And I ask you this thing because it's a very important question, because we are the average of 5 people we hang out the most frequently with, we spend the most time with. So be careful who you spend your time with, because you will be the average of those 5 people. And so this doesn't have to be physical people, that you can still, if for some reason you have, commitments, or you have to be with, some people that you don't want to be the average of them, because you don't like them, they don't, jibe or vibe with you, or are aligned with you or resonate with you, but you for some reason have to be like, if you're at work, if you do 9 to 5 jobs, you probably don't have much choice. So that's a tough one when you're at work. But still, you can still up your average, increase your average, if then the rest of your time you spend with carefully selected few, or so you kind of, raise the average, because if you can get those hours up somehow elsewhere outside of your work, for instance, and I'm stuck now with work because just started with a metaphor, or that example rather. So, but yeah, I'm thinking of my time when I used to work 9 to 5, and that would have not been easy. And because you don't have as much time left, which is the tragedy of work, when you don't like your work, or when it's just not, that we spend 8 hours minimum a day with people we never chose to associate with. And if we're lucky, we get a good bunch, but more often than not, after a while, we realize that is not exactly the healthiest of bunches, including ourselves. But anyway, so my point is, outside of work, then spend time with people. And this, actually, I would highly recommend not to be real people, because, well, I found that doesn't really work, or it gets too complicated, because like any relationship, it gets complicated. It's just, there's too much of energy dumping and stuff that you don't have to do the work. It's too messy, basically. The best way to increase this average is to spend time with people of your choice that you aspire to be like, that you admire, that you find deeply inspiring and motivating, and you respect, and you would love to be your own version of them. And they are most likely, if this list, if you go through these, if you're looking for who makes you feel what I just listed, you'll probably find that these are like people you actually can't meet in real life, because they're either some kind of famous people, or dead mostly as well, like either artists or philosophers or writers, or currently anyone online that you admire, who has a good, who inspires you, whatever it is that you love and you do. Whoever is the best according to you in that field that you care about, that is the person you should, on all your breaks, if they have an online, presence, which nowadays everyone does, especially if they're all kind of high caliber or something, then, make sure that on every break or anything, that you're away from all these have-tos, the people you have to be with, that you tap into the energy of that other person or people. The more you have them, the better, because you wanna have at least 5 people outside of your work. If it's like I say, we're sticking with the work example, pick at least 5 people that you spend as much physically possible time with afterwards, after those must-haves and have-tos. And then you'll start to feel, and if you're lucky that you don't have to do a 9 to 5 job that you don't like and you don't enjoy, and you have, then you probably know what I mean. And it literally doesn't have to be real people. It can be just, like I say, people that you aspire to. And the more you spend time with them, even if it's just virtual, it's not a two-way thing. You're not actually engaging with them, unless you occasionally do, I don't know, but like via emails or whatever. But mostly I would imagine not, and it's not necessary. As long as you consume or feed off whatever they're emitting, and you're in that field of energy, not like taking and grabbing and just, but actually nourishing yourself with it, you will be the average of a lot of of 5 phenomenal people, and that is something I'm regularly remind myself rather of. So be mindful of that.